Chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike? Is that off the table?
It's on it. There's been talks. There's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win, just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. There definitely he is.
Number one right now. Number one. This generation, this timeline, he is the king right now.
Floyd Mayweather has shaken the boxing world once again with a shocking announcement about his 2026 return. The undefeated legend confirmed that his first step back will come this year in a blockbuster exhibition showdown against none other than Mike Tyson. While stressing it's just an exhibition, Mayweather dropped an even bigger bombshell. He's preparing for a real professional comeback. Talks are already heating up for a possible sanctioned clash with Terence Crawford. Mayweather boldly declared that he and his team are pushing hard to make this return official.
Everything is going great. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 2026.
Whenever boxing fans dream about fantasy fights, one legendary name refuses to fade: Floyd Mayweather. Even in retirement, his shadow looms large, fueling endless debates about how he would stack up against today's elite champions. Recently, veteran trainer Robert Garcia weighed in on the ever-heated discussion of Mayweather versus Terence Crawford. Garcia reminded fans that although Mayweather's resume shines with perfection, he never achieved what Crawford and Manny Pacquiao did, becoming undisputed champions. That fact, he stressed, separates eras in a powerful way. Yet despite acknowledging those differences, Garcia's admiration for Mayweather's unmatched skill, ring IQ, and aura ultimately pushed him toward believing Floyd would still emerge victorious in such a dream showdown.
Man, he doesn't need it anymore.
With his accomplishments, the only man to ever do 3 weight divisions undisputed. Is he now a part of the greatest of all time conversation? Not of this era, but of all time.
Definitely is the greatest, one of the greatest of all times. There's still greats out there. There's still, his era or last era, with the Mayweathers, with the Pacquiaos. I think he's, already accomplished more than Pacquiao was 8 divisions. So we could argue there because Pacquiao was 8 divisions is almost impossible, and he did it. Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5-division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more.
Robert Garcia wasted no time emphasizing the historic feats that make Terence Crawford stand out in today's era. Crawford achieved something even the great Floyd Mayweather never did, unifying every belt in a division. Similarly, Manny Pacquiao carved his own legacy by conquering multiple weight classes and earning undisputed recognition. For Garcia, that's the one area where Floyd's otherwise perfect resume appears incomplete. Mayweather dominated every opponent, retired undefeated, and stacked legendary victories, yet the undisputed crown always remained out of reach. Still, Garcia stressed this doesn't tarnish Floyd's greatness. It simply proves Crawford deserves to be hailed as one of boxing's most complete fighters. Despite praising Crawford, Garcia leaned on decades of first-hand experience to argue that Floyd's defense, timing, and ring IQ remain untouchable.
I'd probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win, just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
I think so.
Prime for prime?
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. There definitely he is.
With all that said, what can you ultimately say about what occurred and what we saw Saturday night?
It was a great event, great turnout, 70,000 plus people. Gate was fucking insane from what I understand. Fucking that's good for boxing, man. Good for boxing, good for all the younger fighters. All these new things going on. I think it's going to be a positive thing for all the younger fighters.
Addo broke down the legend of Floyd Mayweather into 2 unforgettable versions, both etched in boxing history. First came Pretty Boy Floyd, the young warrior who attacked with blistering speed, fearless aggression, and razor-sharp combinations that left opponents stunned. This version of Floyd was hungry, explosive, and a nightmare for anyone daring enough to face him. Then emerged Money Mayweather, the genius businessman, defensive master, and pay-per-view king. This Floyd perfected the art of turning the ring into his chessboard, frustrating rivals with impeccable timing while building boxing's richest empire. Olau described Mayweather as more than just a fighter, he was an architect. Pretty Boy earned fans with risks and knockouts, while Money Mayweather captivated the world with mind games, technical brilliance, and global spectacles. Together, both personas shaped a legacy few can ever rival, blending greatness inside the ring with dominance outside it.
Sorry. He's a genius. He is fucking... You know, when I get bored with today's crop of boxers, and Terence, to be fair, has kind of helped me out of my boredom, but sometimes I just go on YouTube and I watch the 24/7s, and then I watch the fight. I'm not joking. I watch the whole fucking episodes, and then I watch the fight. And my guy is a genius. A genius. There will always be an argument, oh, he should have fought that person then, and I get it. I get it, right? It's kind of the argument you can't throw at Muhammad Ali, right? You could throw that argument at Floyd. But dude, unbeaten is unbeaten. Unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion, multi-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a boxer so like, I'm going to work you out, and then when I work you out, you're done. Shall I repeat that? I'm going to work you out, and when I work you out, you're done. And Floyd had this thing where first 2 rounds, you think, oh shit, this guy's in this fighting, and then he works you out. And then he works you out. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd was better than Money, but Money Floyd had obviously the fights, right? In terms of fights that brought all the eyeballs onto him, Oscar De La Hoya fights, you know what I mean? That Pretty Boy Floyd was like Diego Corrales is probably the best performance really from Pretty Boy Floyd, right? Corrales, I think, was unbeaten at the time, and look what he did to him. But Money Floyd brought the eyeballs on. That's when he started being controversial. Genius outside the ring in terms of marketing, genius inside the ring in terms of defensively, offensively as well. People don't give him enough credit offensively.
Zab Judah, a man who once traded punches with Floyd Mayweather, didn't hold back when giving his verdict on today's boxing landscape. With confidence, he crowned Terence Crawford as the undisputed king of this generation. Judah reminded fans that every era has its shining star, and right now, Crawford is carrying that torch with authority, even recalled Canelo Alvarez's bold statement that Crawford might actually be better than Floyd, words Judah insisted should never be brushed aside. To him, Crawford's dominance across multiple weight divisions, his adaptability, and his complete skill set make him nearly impossible to solve inside the ring. By acknowledging this, Judah showed deep respect for Mayweather's legacy, but at the same time declared that the present moment belongs to Crawford. In his view, comparisons between eras will always happen, yet today's generation has a clear number one, Terence "Bud" Crawford.
Number one. This is his generation, his timeline. He is the king right now.
Just seen in the press conference, Canelo said that Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think?
He's not lying. He fought him. He you know, I can somebody tell somebody that fought both of these guys. You know it. Everybody would know Canelo was up.
What do you think's next in both? Two minutes. You'd like to do rematch?
Rematch always sound good. But in a rematch, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Cool.
Matter of fact, in a rematch, I'm predicting topics earlier.
Breadman Edwards approached the never-ending debate with a firm stance. He flat-out rejected the idea of Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford. For Edwards, such a matchup feels artificial, a distraction that takes away from the glory Crawford is building in real time. He argued that Crawford deserves to be celebrated in the present, without the constant shadow of legends from the past hanging over him. Instead, Edwards suggested that if Mayweather ever wanted to create a nostalgic crossover spectacle, a clash with Roy Jones Jr. would make far more sense. Two giants from different primes, colliding purely for the intrigue of fans. That's the kind of exhibition people would pay to see in Edwards' eyes. Crawford is in his prime, carving out history with every fight. Dragging him into fantasy debates with Floyd only undermines his moment. For Breadman, boxing should stop chasing the impossible and honor Crawford as the true symbol of greatness in his own era.
See, never gonna get this fight, unfortunately. Just two different generations. And I'm not necessarily asking you who would win, but if Floyd and Crawford were to cross paths prime for prime, would you just put that as a 50-50? I don't know, or are you just like, I might still give the edge to Floyd?
You know, man, I don't really want to compare them right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And and they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight. People is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better, it's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, like make up something just to. I got my opinion on how the fights will go, and but I don't. I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they're taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And unfortunately, they didn't fight. Could have. Maybe they kind of two different eras though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC. Buzz a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we gotta just live with it. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, the buzz around Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson may stir headlines, but most insiders agree it's nothing more than an exhibition, a spectacle designed for attention and money. The real intrigue lies in what could follow, a potential showdown between Mayweather and Terence Crawford under official rules. That's the fight that could truly shake boxing to its core. Until then, fans can only speculate whether Floyd's return is about legacy or entertainment. Either way, the boxing world is watching closely. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive updates from the fight game.